sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Ready to get us started, Rodrigo. On this one is the fair catch, a signal for and taken. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the first carry for Troy Cohen. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now Newton.
He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll run up the middle with Cohen. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. They try again with Cohen. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Slot man moves right. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he returns this to the 22.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Colts had 9-7 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
first and 10. It's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Texans 3, Colts 0.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And some room to work. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Of course, he's fresh off the Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. And what a game it was last week. And a long touchdown run right there.
He and his offensive line, the receivers blocking downfield, they're all in sync right now. Could carry him to a second straight Player of the Week award.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Out of the gun, Newton.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
That's one thing to get the interception, and it was a great play, but then you saw how quickly all of his teammates, Charles, turned to find blocks, made sure they had space for him to make the house call.
And not only did they turn and find the blocks, none of them clipped them behind blocks on them. This play is going to stand. And how about what we see each and every week now? When the defenders make a big play, there's always a group celebration after the takeaway.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Newton. That's complete. It's Collins. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Between the tackles with Cohen. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. Newton now to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much. Do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Here's 2nd and 10.
21.
Now it's Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw is Ryan. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Newton now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Now it's Newton. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. Over the middle, complete. That's Jordan.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Pulls it in at the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now on 2nd and 13, Ryan. He's going up top for Taylor. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A give for Taylor running right side. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with career touchdown number 60 as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing is Newton. Caught left side by Mechie. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Newton. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there is just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
20. Hey, South. Hey, South.
Ryan. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Open man is Taylor. He's got it.
He'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Good.
Here we go on 4th. Newton.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's Newton. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Newton to throw. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
To the air again, Newton. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Ryan.
He's going up top for Taylor.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
104 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang. They run once more with Taylor.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
They'll try the left side with Taylor.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
So Ryan heads to the sideline, and out now is Rodrigo Blankenship for the Indianapolis field goal try.
And it is good. Oh, that would look to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the ball. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clipped him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards that time for number 14.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them. Go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And now here's another interception.
And the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the 4th quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that. Would you say, Palmer, it's really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 2nd and 10, Newton
Swings this out here for Cohen.
and they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again is Newton. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And the Colts are going to take over
At their own 41. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go to the ground again with Taylor. They find some open field here. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
I don't think that's what the defensive coordinator had in mind there. You got him pinned back inside the 5, and then you let him rip off that long run.
You're already anticipating the film session, aren't you?
There's going to be some anger.
Yeah, it's not going to be at the greatest hits, is it? Because they didn't hit anyone on that play. Supposed to have them pinned back deep. Instead, they leave a big crack, a gaping hole, and guess what? They're in bad position right now. A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
And they will take a knee here.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the